everyone, it's Deanna, the Organized Miss, and I thought I would bring you along for a plan with me of sorts, kind of all the things I do to get ready for the week. And this is what I'm currently using for my life and work and school and all the things. So I'm just gonna get to it. I may fast forward, I may stop and come back just because I'm at home. This is Sunday and I'm just getting some things done. So thought I would turn the camera on and bring you along. So I'll just tell you what these are and I'll move them out of the way. So when I grab them, you'll know what I'm using and why. This is my Hobonichi Weeks, and I set this up as my visual planner. So let's see. So this was this week. And it is so that I can just kind of have a visual reference. I usually keep a to-do in here. Sometimes it just depends on what I'm using. But I set all these up because some days words are hard and I need pictures. So that's what's in here. And also in the back is just a quick reference of all my projects. Just every current project that I'm working on is listed in here. Let's see, we'll get to this one in a minute. This is my school notebook, a journal, bullet journal. It was my book for One Book July. Oh, make sure I'm still in frame. This was what I used for One Book July, and then it morphed into for school. So it just keeps everything. Notes, I do a weekly setup. I did set up November last night. That's as far as I've gotten, but I do weekly. So I'll be setting this up for classes this week. This isn't really a notebook as much as it is reference. So it has my syllabus or syllabi for each of my classes. Anytime they give me an assignment, something, I carry it in here just so that I have a tangible reference. We do have an online system where I can go in and I do reference that, but I kind of need something tangible when I'm planning. So I will keep, assignments or current projects in here by class, so I have them in order. And this is just, I got this at Staples, See Jane Work. It is a folder where there's tabs. I don't have them, I guess, labeled. I just know what they are, but they're pockets, basically, each side. So I have all of my classes, and this is for one of my classes, but it's a larger project and I'm compiling things in there. So I reference this when I'm setting up my task list for the week for class. This, I've shown this before. This is my master, my pageant planner. We still in view? This is my master pageant planner. So it has, let's see, this has all of the stuff I use for my girls, everything. This is everything. This has the whole, as you can see, content calendar of events. It has, let's see, it has a workbook in the front, and then it has the months. And so and what I do after each month, so let's see, I just pin them together. So my calendar year goes from July to July, or it was running August through July. And I always set it up with July to work through the year that way. We've got some changes coming with our pageant. I haven't really announced those yet, but we're working on those behind the scenes. My year may shift a little bit, so that's okay. This goes all the way through. So I have it tabbed until June of 2020, but it actually goes all the way through December of 2020. I just filled it out. And what I do is I have a month on 2 pages, and then, let's see, take this one off. Then I have a week on 2 pages, which I didn't start using this until, let's see, this week here. And these inserts are from Filofaxy. And I just printed them off and kind of pulled out the inserts that I liked and then put it together that way. And so I have just a big layout here where I can put things out, kind of future plan, and I do as things pop up. Maybe I'll put them on a calendar here. Not a lot in December yet. And then I work off the weeks. So that's August. And then I just pin my months together. So September, October, let's see, that was this last month. So I had these pinned together like that. And now we're in November. So let's give you a quick flip through of this last month. So this was my overview and then my weeklies. And I do time blocking. So I block out where I am at doing things so I can see where my white space are that I can work on my tasks. So that's it. That's what I do with that. And sometimes I carry this, and this is like my day marker in here. Obviously I lost it last week. And this was this week. Here we are today. Not a lot on my calendar. I cleaned today. Sometimes I do still use stickers, mostly because we had snow, it was really cold, and that affects my body. I have fibromyalgia and a nerve disorder. These boxes I put here because when I attend events that I either write articles on or I do a video or a podcast on, I'll do a box, and that'll mean that I plan to do something. So I work for myself. I'm a reporter and a multimedia journalist in my community. So I pick the stories that I want to cover. I'll put a box next to the events, and that'll tell me to do the work on that. And if I don't, then I just scratch it out. If I do, I put a check on it like this, and that means I've already submitted that to my editor, or I posted it. It's online somewhere. Specifically, I did a podcast here. I also took a lot of pictures and submitted those. So when I'm going through my weekly review, I usually start here, and this is not very far, not far away. And so this was last week, and what I'll do is I'll just look and say, I'll scan it and see, is there anything outstanding? So is there a box essentially that isn't checked? So no. Then I'll look and say, okay, these were all the times that I was someplace. And then these are the white spaces. Is there anything I want to document for myself in here just to remember, because I'm going to flip back. So I wasn't feeling good this week. And so these white spaces are not feeling good. So I'm probably going to go ahead and put that in. I have not felt good all day. That's where that's at. So I'll just draw a line down there. But that's pretty much just, again, for reference for me. I have a tracker and I keep track of things. So then I just turn the page. And sometimes I will just go back. Did I forget something? But I try to do this every week. So, but you know, sometimes things fall through. Sometimes I'll write notes here, and I'll use this kind of as a running to-do list. And that really depends on which planner I'm using. I do set them all up. This one always. And then depending on if I can read words, then I would use more of a left brain listing kind of planner. If words are hard and I need pictures, I would use more of my right brain with visuals. So this has just been running for just my master planner for everything. This is work, this is school, this is personal, this is just anything. It all goes in here. And I kept notes here. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So that was October. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin these together. And I'm at November. I sometimes use stickers, but not a lot in here. So I worked at the radio station on Friday and Saturday. and it's Sunday. There's not really anything else I need to do. This is for one of my very small part-time jobs, and it goes with my classes and stuff that I'm taking. Is I work at the college for doing the Jumbotron for the football games and sporting events or whatever. So this is a note to myself to fill that out. So I'm gonna quick write it down just because I have not migrated. I've not migrated all this. I did set this up. So I set this up maybe the day before yesterday. I do not sit down and do everything all at once because obviously that would be time consuming. I do it as I can. So this was just one evening when I was home. Could have even been last night for all I remember. But I'm definitely gonna put, my first thing here is time card because I saw that and that needs to be done Monday. And I'm gonna leave that out for now because that'll work as my little running list. I do have a kind of a notebook that I do for weekly review that I'll do my brain dump on, and it's in the back of this, which let's go ahead and get that out now because as I'm thinking of things, I will write them down. So this is my everyday carry planner, and I always carry this on me. I just keep this on the back of it, and I fill in my weekly review. So I had a thought. So we've got some soccer games this weekend, and I need to follow up on that to find out if I'm going to be working those games or not. So we'll just set this here. So this week, my time card, this is an event, which I know I have another one that morning. So what I'm doing here is just filling out my weekly with some events that I know are taking place and just getting it all set up. And I'm just talking you through it. And once I get all these done, then I will migrate what I need to on my week. So now I'm just gonna go over here and see what I have set up for this next week. And what I've started to do is I just have my classes in there, which I need to finish. So this is the stuff from my calendar for this week. Well, the next week looks pretty slow, but it's a week we haven't gotten close enough yet. That'll probably start filling up this week. So then I just look at this, and there's a couple of things that are kind of reoccurring. So this is the planner that I carry every week, and I write down things in them. So if I have a doctor's appointment scheduled, it would be in here. I will transfer it in here. I like to have a big overview. So the next thing I'm gonna do is open this up. I probably need to clean October out, so maybe I'll do a flip through after this. Different video. So this week, and what I see is I have a city commission meeting that I report, and it is going to conflict with the Spotlight on Youth essay contest. So I'm going to maybe go to one. This one starts, I'm not sure. I probably will do this and not this, to be honest. And my editor will probably go to this, but I'm gonna check real quick. Okay. This is our calendar of events, and it says it starts at 7 o'clock. So, what will happen is the city meeting is here. I'm gonna draw a box next to it because that means I'm gonna write an article about it. And the social starts at 7, and it will probably be done by 8. So when the city's over, I will go to the social. And let's see. So this says I have a physical therapy appointment at 1:30 on Tuesday. Okay. Our soccer possibly is in here and over here. And since it's out of town, depending on what time the games are, I may not be able to go to them because I have class again in the afternoon in here. So nothing, I'm not gonna write this down yet in here until I hear from him, but it's in my everyday carry. And then looks like I have another physical therapy appointment. And that is that. So I have a test tomorrow morning, first thing. And once I get out of class, then I'm gonna have a window of time to work on a project. I'll have a window of time right here. And by this evening, I'm gonna be tired. I just already know that I probably will not get a lot done in this block here because I'll need to rest, because the next 4 days in a row are just gonna be, I'm tired. I don't know if you can hear that in my voice. I'm already tired. So when I'm looking at what I need to do, I know that I cannot add any personal tasks. If I'm gonna have a list, I'm gonna have things if I find time, but I'm not gonna, overwhelm myself with that. So this is how I just lay out my week. Now that I've got a good handle on that, I am going to open this one. But I'm gonna keep this one just off to the side so that I can still look at it and refer to it if I need to. And it may seem like I have a lot of redundancy and repetition in all my planners, but it really does also help me with my memory. So I still struggle with memory and recall, especially short-term and new information, things that are in there, kind of like routinely, daily, longer term. It's easier for me to recall, but I still have mornings where I wake up and I have no idea what day it is or where I have to go or nothing. So I have to have these all set up, so at least when I look at them, I can have a trigger to remind me. So what the next thing is that I usually do is I will, in order to brainstorm, I have to review and just kind of look for things and just trigger. So that's what I'll do here. And since it's the beginning of the month, I have a monthly tasks sheet, my recurring monthly tasks that I I just work through. So if I've done it, I mark it off, and if I haven't, I put it on the list of things to do. A lot of these, it's the 3rd, so I've already been on some of this since the end of last week. So there's a couple of things that I've started and I'm waiting on, but these I can check off and that I've done them, or I've set something in motion to have them done. Like so here, this one says auto check. I have an appointment to have my oil changed. Oh, boom, that's not on the calendar. There you go. See, I have an appointment to have my oil changed on Tuesday, which is voting day. And I do think I have it on my weekly here. So let's just look, or my dailies, weekly dailies. So car to Ace. So right away, we can see that that time block that I said I had on Tuesday, I don't have it. So like I said, this is the one I carry with me all the time. This one stays usually at home on my desk. Sometimes it's in my mobile briefcase, but I will mark things as they come up. Then I just spread them out evenly across all. So what I will be able to do while I'm waiting on my car to get the oil changed, while I'm waiting for my oil change and my checkup, is I can do any tasks that I can be doing while I'm sitting there waiting. So make sure that I filled that out. I'm still using these at a glance, which I do have Ace there. Good. I usually look at this while I'm in class, just to keep me on track of where I'm going next. And then if I have something, I write it down there. This is going to be the first month that I'm using these. These are week dailies by My Summer Touch. And I just started using them this week for November. And so far it's okay. I don't normally use dailies, so this is still a work in progress. This is my actual day marker, which this is my week marker. So I'm going to take that out, and this will be my day marker for tomorrow. And this will be my week marker, because this will be my week at a glance, and I will have my weekly tasks right here. But the only thing left on here is study for my Mass Comm test. And I have studied it. I probably need to study it some more. So when I get done planning for the week, I will do some more studying. So I feel comfortable marking that off. So I did manage to get the rest of the things on this. I had migrated my tasks, and just to kind of finish up this weekend. So these were the things that I still wanted to give myself to do, and I feel glad I got it done. These are some, I don't need to get them done, but if I could, I'd like to. So they're kind of like a someday maybe idea, but I had them this week. So they're brand new thoughts. And so instead of like moving them forward, I'm gonna put them on the I want to do them someday maybe list. And the book that I'm pulling out here is that master task list, and then my projects in that book in the back of my weeks. And in reality, I'll probably do these sooner rather than later. So that's pretty good. I left this tab on here because I went to the store and I wanted to reference it. I made the list one day, but I didn't get to the store till the next day. So it just is, it says to buy, but I like to have a little thing to mark it. So I'm going to put it back here with my meal planning list. And then when I make a list, it doesn't always just have food on it. Sometimes it has groceries or whatnots. So I'm going to add that to it next time. So I'll just set it right there. And I feel pretty good about the rest of that. So now for tomorrow, I'm gonna set up my tomorrow day while I'm here. All right, I just highlighted in here, these are where I'm in class. And so I've done that for the whole week. I've just highlighted where I'm in class. Then I put these little flags because these mean they're not my typical schedule. Like I have a routine now, so I do these automatically, or you know, I know to remember that. But these are kind of one-offs for this week that without having a constant kind of reminder, I could forget. So I just put these little flags on here. And so this tells me I'm gonna take my car to Ace. This is my doctor appointment. I'm gonna just write that in right now. And I just put the little flags there to be like a trigger reminder. And I've done that for this week. So I think that's it. I've got everything on here right now transferred over for the week. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna, you know, look any more forward than that, because when I do my kind of pre-planning, this whole thing acts as an inbox, obviously, but I always want to put it on my master planner and then translate it over as I go weekly. But I'm always planning ahead. I don't just wait till like now to plan this week. As you can see, I have been pre-planning. So I do have this routines list in here that I had been using. And then I haven't used it for a couple weeks, but I really like it. And I thought my routine's gonna change a little bit. And so I needed to work out what that looks like. So I have that here this week to be my work on that change. And this is where I'm putting my due dates, my assignments. So this is an assignment. As you can see, it's due tomorrow and it's kind of fallen off my radar. So I need to do that. These are the only two. These are gonna, I'm sure this is gonna be added to it, but I just do not wanna add anything more to it because these are big projects. This is a video that I'm editing and it's due on Friday. And while I do have this week to work on it, I just showed you how busy my week was, and I have to be sitting at the computer editing, and that's just time consuming. Plus I have some more B-roll and interviews to do for that. So not done. All right, let's see what is next. I like this pen. I put these dots here because they're to remind me to look down here for these events, which are with our Celebration of Freedom event. And I think I didn't plan on going to the event on that Monday because I knew I had to work for the write an article. So I'm just gonna write that in there. We have meetings on the 1st and the 3rd Monday of each week, of each month. And this one in here is the school board meeting. All right. All right. Now I'm just gonna brain dump to see what's in there that basically I can migrate to next week. All right, so I just quick ran through kind of in my mind what was at the top of mind. Now what I'm gonna do is go a little more deep with kind of some things that maybe might not be at the top of mind, but still very necessary. So, and here I have, this is marked GTD, and this is my Getting Things Done section. Just, I have a reminder here because I need reminders for everything. And this is a little more detail of all the things that I want to bring up to the top of mind that might not be there. So it just kind of reminds me what I'm doing for my weekly review. So it starts with clean out my planner and my purse, which I already did kind of clean out my planner. I did that maybe yesterday as I was kind of setting up, or maybe Friday. My purse, it is cleaned out. It didn't take much. So the next thing is, now I'm gonna go through like my clutch. This has all my cards. Oops. And just make sure I don't have any receipts or kind of anything in there, little notes. I did keep my reminder for my car appointment, which is Tuesday. Important to keep this at top of mind because I had an appointment on Friday and totally forgot it for another appointment. So if I don't have something right in front, it does happen. So then I did it backwards. I brain dumped already, and add any important events to the monthly index page. So for me, I'm not keeping an index like this. I keep it in my master planner. I already reviewed my tasks and I migrated any unfinished tasks. And so this is a reminder to check my iCalendar and my messages, which I was doing that earlier. So then the next one is review my left brain planner. My left brain planner, which is this one, my master planner. And then add my appointments, which I did. Then it set up my right brain, my memory keeping planner. And currently I'm using this one. I go back and forth on what I'm using, but I've been using this one, which is my Hobonichi Weeks. And so this was last week. And so I just need to check and migrate any tasks that were here because I was using this as my task list last week. So I've already added that. I finished this one today. All right, I left some room to take notes if I need to. So now that I've done this, then I'm just gonna turn the page. I already set this up. I think I must have done this Friday night while I was watching television. So now this is to remind me I have an event on Monday night, I have an event on Wednesday night, and I have an event on Friday night. So these are just big, basically reminders that that time is all blocked out. And then Saturday's all day, but so that I know they're separate. This is for the celebration of freedom events, and this is for the football game. And then here I show that I've taken my car and I have an appointment. So now what I'm gonna do is go in and fill in my times. So what I do there, I add in my times. All right, I feel pretty good about that so far. And then this'll set in here, but I'm not done yet. So now I'll go back to the next thing. And I make this list because, you know, I can walk right down the list and do all the things. So this says review master task list and add at least one item if permissible. So that's my loophole. My master task list would be all the projects in here, and I would pick, then I have the list that I keep. But like I said, I already know it will not be permissible because I have that project that I'm editing in addition to everything else that's gonna come up this week with classes. So, and I know that I'm gonna have a rewrite due. I just know I'm gonna get it back tomorrow and it'll be due on Wednesday. So there will be no tasks list added this week. And I'm okay with that. And then it says review my goals in each of these areas. So I plan in 4 major categories I call being, body, brain, and balance. So when I did this dump list, I just went through that in my mind mentally and called up anything from those categories that I might need. And then this is just gonna, this is what I would go, this is a trigger to remind me of anything that I'm working on or doing. And so that reminded me of another thing, which I put it in the ball in someone else's court. And I've got to wait to hear back. So I'm going to follow up on it. So and I've already, all of these came to mind when I was working on that. So that's really good. But it's here in case I forget. So that's it. I feel really good about that. I'm going to set this over for another minute. So now that I've got my review here, now I'm going to process it. So that's where I take and I decide, you know, where I'm going to go. List is for the whole week. These are all things that I need to do this week. And so now I can break that up by day. But the first thing I would do is say what is time sensitive. Like, it is Sunday evening. What on here needs to be done by tomorrow? So I can see that time card or get done tomorrow. And I want to look at that first thing tomorrow. I want to be able to see that. So you know what I'm going to do? So this is something I need to do before Wednesday morning. So I only have Monday or Tuesday to do that. So I am going to, and Tuesday's busy, so I'm putting it on here. Like, for this day, I'm making it a day thing to do. In fact, I'm gonna put a sticker there. I feel like this is a pretty good stopping point. Thanks for watching.